where we have numbers, we have to maximize those numbers. And I just think that what should be happening right now, and unfortunately, I mean, I'm going to say it, and I don't care. It ain't like we're seeing it from our civil rights groups. It's not like we're seeing, and I don't want to hear, oh, we got a text campaign. No, this is literally, and this is no pun intended, even though my man just dropped the remix of Boots on the Ground featuring Fantasia, but this is literally a boots on the ground thing. This is where people have to recognize this is hand-to-hand combat. This is door-to-door. This is door-to-door. This is house by house, street by street, block by block. Look at the numbers. I mean, that's what this is. And so that's what folks have to be. So when I'm making the appeal for folks to give, we know where we're going to be. Look, we are going to hit 4, 5, 6 different cities in Virginia because, and for all the people talk about, oh, you shilling, no, y'all can kiss my ass. This is why we're going to be doing that, because it's a black woman in Virginia where all the money runs through. That's Senator Louise Lucas. And then the Democrats control the House. It's a black man in Don Scott who's the Speaker of the House. And then if Spanberger, she needs to be doing some black media as well, trust me, we're going to be calling her behind. Just like we're going to be calling Representative Mikey Sherrill, who ain't doing a damn thing trying to mobilize black people in New Jersey. And so, of course, she may lose, even with the black guy she named as a lieutenant governor who nobody knows in New Jersey. But here's the thing here. If Democrats control the House and the Senate and the governor's mansion in Virginia, then they can actually pass the measure that will automatically restore the voting rights of people who are formerly incarcerated. So no longer will it be the governor has to sign one by one. So, again, I'm sitting here, I know exactly why I'm going to be doing that, because I have black interest in doing that. But that's what we have to be seeing here. And so I want to see our groups having these forums and discussions and walking people through and doing state politics 101 and city council 101, because it's a lot of our folk who are clueless about how all this stuff works, and we are the ones who are being negatively impacted the most.
Yes, Roland, I think that's a critical function of the Black Star Network, the educational function. As you've said, and I agree completely with Joy and with Nola about the exhaustion, the fatigue, and also about the absolute necessity of pushing past that. I'm actually enthusiastic. Again, I'm very excited about where we are right now in U.S. history. Having no stake at all in the United States of America as a concept, and a complete and utter stake in the present and future of African people in this settler crime scene, and a commitment to our common humanity. If we study American history in the context of world history, we know that this was inevitable. We were human trafficked. We had to fight our way out of it. We had a little bit less than a decade of Reconstruction, and the white boys regrouped and came back. But if we trace that period, we know that it was also accompanied by the Gilded Age. It was accompanied by this extreme wealth inequality, robber barons. But what came after that? Organized labor, the Progressive Era. Then you have, of course, 2 world wars. And we returned from World War II fighting, and you had the Black Freedom Struggle. And so what we are experiencing now is the white lash, just like in the wake of Reconstruction. But as the demographic shift and the desperation rises among the white nationalists, they are actually in a weaker position now than they were in the late 19th century. What does that mean? Even as we got news yesterday from Delhi that Modi has met with a high-level delegation of China and will soon meet with Xi Jinping, as the Brazilians continue to group and regroup, as Claudia Sheinbaum continues to try to consolidate her power in Texas, in Mexico rather, and try to sustain that movement in the face of external pressures, mostly from the United States. The world has shifted. Now, what does that mean? Let me put the macro with what you have laid out there in terms of what we need to do at the state level, the federal level, the local level. The places where Black folk have the most influence right now in those blue states at the state level must exercise state power the way the Maryland House of Delegates manages it with the governor of Maryland. Manages it the way that, as you said, is possible in Virginia. We can pull off that governorship and combine it with Sister Lucas and move forward. In California, in Illinois, there are powers reserved to the states that the federal government has no power over. And so when you hear Representative Smith say we must now combine our political action with our economic action, what I'm telling you, Roland, what I'm saying to everyone is a study of history and the rhythms of history will show us what's next. You see, it's only going to take one or two college athletes to say, I'm not playing at the University of Missouri or the University of Texas or the University of Georgia. I'm not playing for the University of Florida. I'm not playing for the University of Mississippi. And it's only going to take one or two. And people say, well, that's far-fetched. It's not far-fetched at all, because when you continue to press people the way we're talking about now, two things are going to happen. Number one, the naked white supremacy will trigger a political consciousness among just enough people that can be converted into I'm not shopping there. Ask Target how it works. The second thing it does is engender a sense of absurdity. And this is what the governor of California has tapped into by tweeting the way that Bozo is tweeting and revealing just how absurd it is. It will trigger a level of absurdity that will make what these white boys are trying to do so unsustainable to regular people. J.D. Vance looks and acts exactly like a Beverly Hillbilly. He's walking around in Union Station yesterday with that Pee Wee German Stephen Miller handing out Shake Shack mess and getting roundly booed and derided and laughed at by the people there. What I'm saying is it's a small step now to say, I'm not spending any money with anybody to support y'all, and I don't care whether they support you or not. If you Republicans vote this way, if you consolidate power, beautiful, go right ahead. We're going to break your back in the stores. We're going to break your back on the athletic fields. We're going to withdraw our participation in your criminal political economy. And it's not going to take all of us to do it. It's only going to take a couple of people to do it. It's a couple of figures to do it. And I'm saying I'm enthusiastic because we are almost at that point. American history has shown us what comes next. All we need to do is be ready and act when the thing becomes so unsustainable that we can put the dagger in their heart. And this time when we break it, it's not coming back.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.